In this episode of Luthier Quick Tips, I am going to be masking off the fretboard of this guitar in preparation for doing the fretwork later on. Now the reason why I have to do that is because, well, in particular, this fretboard is a light wood. So if I start to file or sand my frets, the tiny little particles, the metal particles that are removed, could get deposited into the grain of that fretboard, and as a result the fretboard will start to look grimy and dirty. So I want to cover it to keep that from happening. I also want to protect the wood from the potential damage that can be caused by the edges of fret files and inadvertent sanding. So it's always a good idea to mask off the fretboard. In fact, it's also a good idea to mask off the fretboard even if you're using a darker wood like rosewood, which can conceal some of that grime. You can still damage the fretboard, and if you look closely you can see the grime. So masking off the fretboard is a good first step when doing fretwork. So I'm going to bring you in and let you see how I do this. Now, in my opinion, the best tape to use to tape off a fretboard is Stumax brown binding tape. This is a thick, durable tape, and it comes in 3 different sizes. You can get 3/4, 1/2 inch, and 1/4 inch wide rolls. And that will give you the right sizes to easily mask off the entire fretboard. Now, with the 3/4 inch wide tape, you can use 2 or 1 piece to cover the fretboard all the way up to about the 10th or 11th fret. And of course it depends on the scale length. In this case it's a 25.5 inch scale length, so I can probably get it up to about the 11th fret. And then I would switch to the 1/2 inch tape, which would take me all the way up to probably about the 17th, 18th fret. And then the 1/4 inch tape I would use to the end. So those sizes make it really quick and easy to cover the entire fretboard. Since most of you probably don't have the Stumax brown binding tape, I'm going to show you how I mask off just using regular 1 inch wide masking tape. And the first thing I need to do is pull off 2 strips that are the same length as my fretboard, which in this case is about 20 inches in length. And I'll do 2 of those strips. Then I'm going to place each of those strips along the edge of the fretboard so that the edge of the tape is right where the edge of the fret wire meets the fretboard. And that's to protect the sides of the fretboard while I'm working. And then I'll just leave it hanging down here so that it's easy to remove later on. And then to protect the body, I'm going to place strips along the side here. Place one in the back. There. Now I can start to tape off the fretboard itself. Now from the first fret all the way up to about the 10th or 11th fret, it'll be pretty easy because I can just use the tape at its full width. So I'll place a piece of tape, the edge of it, right up against the fret, and then wrap it down and just place it onto that tape that I placed along the edges. And I'll double it up here so I can get the full expanse of that area of the fretboard covered. Now, if you're new to doing fretwork, or you anticipate having to do a lot of work, it's a good idea to consider doubling up the masking tape just as an extra bit of precaution against damage. So I will continue along this fretboard in this manner. Okay, a minute ago I had said that with this tape I could probably make it all the way out to about the 10th or 11th fret before I would have to start going with a narrower strip of tape. Because this tape is actually 1 inch and not 3/4 of an inch, I had to stop short at the 7th fret. So if I had 3/4 inch tape, I could have gone out a bit further. So no big deal. I'm just going to have to start to go with a strip of tape that's been sliced to be narrower, and I'll show you how I do that. To make a 1 inch wide piece of tape a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch wide, I'm just going to slice it with an X-Acto knife roughly down the middle. Doesn't have to be perfect. Then what I'll do is I'll cut little sections that are the width of my fretboard. And then I can take these little pieces and continue with the masking. And that's all there is to it. I am now ready to do my fretwork. And once I'm finished, all I have to do is grab the edge of this tape and peel the whole thing off at once. So, hope you found this video to be useful and entertaining. And until the next episode, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.